In Hollywood, there are no guarantees of long-lasting love, but some do just go the distance. From Wolf Blitzer and Lynn Greenfield to Tucker Carlson and Susan Andrews, these marriages have somehow stood the test of time, proving true commitment can weather the storm of fame, red carpets, and busy careers. And then there's Norah O'Donnell, whose marriage is its own inspiration, one that may surprise you. With the likes of Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, Adam Sandler and Jackie Sandler, and others in their company, these pairs prove that there is such a thing as true love, even in the spotlight. Let's take a closer look. So what is the secret sauce that makes these marriages endure? Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa, together for 29 years, married for 29 years. From on-screen couple to real-life partners, that's what we call Mark Consuelos and Kelly Ripa's journey. They were first cast in All My Children as a couple. However, both took the interpretation of the script a notch higher and started dating immediately after the shoot was on. Was it love at first sight? Well, we suppose so. Mark and Kelly decided to have a low-profile wedding a year later, exactly in 1996. Even without delaying, it does not mean that the couple had no regard, and they've proven so with 29 years of a healthy relationship. Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhardt, together for 6 years, engaged. We get the impression that Fox News has discovered a new couple that will be a sensation in the United States, Sean Hannity and Ainsley Earhardt. The two anchors are said to have started dating 2 years ago after they met in 2019. Both were going through the process of divorcing, something that perhaps caused their romance to blossom. Vanity Fair featured the couple in a detailed article published in 2020, which pointed out the dramatic entry they made in one of Donald Trump's golf clubs on a private helicopter, leaving everyone stunned. Juan Williams and Susan Delise, together for 47 years, married for 47 years. While her husband is in the limelight, Susan Delise prefers to remain in the background. Susan Delise married Juan Williams in 1978, and now they have 2 grandchildren. Juan and Susan have reared a daughter and 2 sons. Although little is known about Susan's workplace life, Juan's been a political analyst for many years. He's been penning columns for newspapers like The Washington Post and is now working extremely closely with The Five Show. Overall, he has a net worth of $2 million. Juan also worked on the Outnumbered and Fox Files shows in 2020. Juan is 66 years old. Meanwhile, Susan's also believed to be in her 60s. Greg Gutfeld and Elena Moussa, together for 21 years, married for 21 years. Television personality, comedian, political commentator, and author Greg Gutfeld is best known for the late-night program Gutfeld and as a member of the panel on the political opinion television show The Five. He also hosts One Smart Person and Greg Gutfeld since 2019. He has also been blessed in love and has been married to Russian ex-model and photo editor of the magazine Maxim Russia, Elena Moussa, since 2004. They lived in London and were there for 3 years, but since 2018, they have been living in New York. Chris Cuomo and Cristina Cuomo, together for 24 years, married for 24 years. A TV journalist and magazine editor getting together is a match made in literary heaven. And if close friends are to be believed, that is exactly what Chris and Cristina are. The couple have been married since 2001 and have 3 beautiful children together. It is perhaps a surprise, but Cristina was running late for her wedding ceremony in Southampton. While reporters speculated it was a runaway bride kind of situation, the truth is she was having trouble getting into her gorgeous Oscar de la Renta wedding dress. Now that was a very dramatic start to their romance. Wolf Blitzer and Lynn Greenfield, together for over 50 years, married for over 50 years. Wolf Blitzer is someone whom we've seen every day on CNN for decades and is clearly a central figure to the company. His reporting has earned him numerous awards, including the prestigious Emmy, Pillar of Justice Journalist, and other humanitarian awards. That's quite a feat, even for an experienced reporter. Though the media limelight is no stranger to Wolf, his private life is a mystery, including the one with Lynn Greenfield, his wife. But cohabiting for more than 4 decades proves that they are more than happy with each other. This couple probably just enjoys keeping everything to themselves. Jay Leno and Mavis Leno, together for 45 years, married for 45 years. Jay is better known as an automobile enthusiast, but his wife Mavis is his longest relationship and first love of 38 years. They met in 1976 at a comedy club where Jay was performing and hit it off. Looking back at their relationship when they were starting out, the host revealed that they got married just because Leno wanted to put Mavis on his insurance. Their secret to their marriage is to know that nothing's really worth fighting over, and the person you get married to has to be a person you respect. Jerry and Jessica Seinfeld, together for 27 years, married for 25 years. In the popular TV show Seinfeld, Jerry is a bachelor who cannot sustain a long-term relationship, but in real life, it is different. The actor and his wife Jessica have been married since 1999. Adoring his family life, the comedian said that he totally loves the mess in the busy household and would not change anything. Though millionaires, the couple is of the view that they should not coddle their children by giving things on a silver platter. They beautifully constructed a strong relationship and are now excelling at parenting. Tucker Carlson and Susan Andrews, together for 34 years, married for 34 years. Tucker Carlson and Susan Andrews first met when they were teenagers. As soon as Tucker was old enough, he approached Susan's father and asked his permission to marry his daughter and then proposed to Susan. The adorable couple never looked back and now has a big family with 4 kids to take care of. It appears the relationship was a stroke of luck for the author as he witnessed his professional life shoot to new heights after getting married. Today, he hosts his own primetime show, Tucker Carlson Tonight, and receives a paycheck of $6 million annually. John Oliver and Kate Norley, together for 17 years, married for 14 years. Last Week Tonight host John Oliver and war veteran Kate Norley got married in 2011. Considering their poles apart professions, it was less probable that Oliver and Kate would meet each other. But lucky for them, they met at the 2008 Republican National Convention and fell in love. Despite all the political and personality differences Oliver and Kate share, they seem to have built a blissful life together. Bottom line, agree to disagree. The couple possesses a fantastic sense of fashion, sense of humor, and are fantastic parents to 2 gorgeous kids. Jake Tapper and Jennifer Marie Brown, together for 21 years, married for 19 years. CNN newsreader Jake Tapper has been with his wife Jennifer Marie Brown since 2006. The two became a foursome as they have 2 beautiful kids and became proud parents. But parenting is not always fun and games. The two had to split the work without jeopardizing their own careers, and we must say they did a great job. Even though Jake keeps his personal life away from social media, every now and then he shares photos with his Jennifer, which speaks volumes about how happy the reporter is with his gorgeous and supportive wife. Dierks Bentley and Cassidy Black, together for 23 years, married for 19 years. We would be willing to bet that nearly all of us have considered marrying our childhood sweethearts and gotten hugely let down. But not so for Dierks Bentley, who married his sweetheart, Cassidy Black. The couple met in the 8th grade, broke up and got back together before reconnecting when Bentley was touring in 2005. The country singer and his wife became engaged the same year and eloped 3 days later when they wed in a quiet, intimate ceremony in Mexico. More than a decade later, their relationship is becoming stronger, and the couple is truly an envy of many. Michelle Pfeiffer and David E. Kelly, together for 32 years, married for 31 years. Both are extremely gifted individuals. Michelle is an award-winning actress, and David is well known for his ability to tell such a great story because he developed the very popular show Big Little Lies. The two were set up on a blind date in 1993, and clearly they had such a great time because they married later that year. The couple adopted their child, and soon enough they welcomed a son. Both Michelle and David have high-profile careers, so it is no wonder that they are so extremely private. But when they do make an appearance, the chemistry between them cannot be ignored. Matthew McConaughey and Camila Alves, together for 19 years, married for 13 years. This Hollywood power couple has been dating since 2006, but it was not love at first sight, at least with Camila. They met in a Los Angeles bar, and though McConaughey was dying to go over and speak with her, she was entirely unaware of who he was. In classic rom-com fashion, however, Matthew wooed her, and before long the two were dating. 3 children and a low-key wedding later, the two are couple goals. They attribute their success to respect for each other and never taking things for granted. Marriage is merely the start of another adventure, they say, and we could not be more in agreement. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson, together for 44 years, married for 37 years. Hollywood's golden couple, Rita and Tom, are the living proof of long-lasting relationships. They have been married blissfully for more than 3 decades. The Forrest Gump star met his soulmate on the sets of Volunteers and knew instantly that he had found his other half. Being an ideal and supportive husband, Tom sat in the stands and cheered as Rita got her own Hollywood Walk of Fame star in 2019. The down-to-earth celebrities are perfect matches, and as a result, Tom was properly awarded for his lonely childhood. Mike Tyson and Lakia Spicer, together for 21 years, married for 16 years. The same year Mike Tyson wed his 3rd wife, Lakia Spicer, he had also suffered an unimaginable tragedy, losing his 4-year-old daughter. In his recent interview to TI, he related how he might not have been alive without her. Mike's had his fair share of highs and lows. As a heavyweight boxer, he had amassed around $300 million, but he lost everything in the end and now has only $3 million. After he married Lakia, he was able to recover and is now hosting the Mike Tyson Mystery Series. Luciana Barrasso and Matt Damon, together for 22 years, married for 19 years. Now happily married, Matt Damon and his wife, Luciana Barroso, have only one motto: family comes first, always, no exceptions. While Matt does admit that marriage is work, he also knows that both of them would do anything to make their marriage successful. That does sound like a fairy tale come true, does it not? Sure enough, they say love finds you when you least expect it. That is what happened to these 2 lovebirds when they met at a Miami bar. Matt was hooked and did not waste an instant in wooing her with his smooth words and cocktail mixing expertise. Needless to say, the two hit it off, and quite well at that. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi, together for 20 years, married for 17 years. Just like every other celebrity couple, Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi are also plagued with spurious rumors. Normal ones regarding divorce to supposed pregnancies. They've endured all of these. But the silver lining is that the couple does not give importance to such fabricated news, even to the most surprising ones. After being in a relationship for 4 years, the couple got into a civil partnership in 2008 in the presence of about 20 people. This togetherness occurred much earlier than when the United States of America made same-gender marriage legal. How inspiring. Al Roker and Deborah Roberts, together for 35 years, married for 30 years. Professionally, Al and Deborah could work for competing networks, but when they arrive home to one another, all is well because they live to have fun. The loving couple met in 1990, and Roberts' initial impression of her date was sweet, warm, and a family man. On New Year's Eve in 1994, Roker proposed atop the Grand Canyon. Oh, how romantic. They also experienced their own highs and lows like any normal couple. As tips for newlyweds, the couple said there would be differences in likes and dislikes, but when love, respect, and care for the family are strong, you will remain grounded. Cyndi Lauper and David Thornton, together for 36 years, married for 34 years. Girls just want to have fun, and no one knows that better than Cyndi Lauper. The pop star did not think twice before making the first call when she met her husband, David Thornton, on the sets of Off and Running. Flirtatious notes paved the way for romantic beach walks, and before she knew it, they fell in love. The couple may have been married since 1991, but Lauper still regards David as her best buddy. They do not deny that marriage is work. It's even more difficult, particularly after giving birth to their son, but what keeps them going is eternal love and a sense of respect for each other. Kevin James and Stefania de la Cruz, together for 24 years, married for 21 years. Blind dates don't typically leave a person swearing them off for life, but for Kevin James and wife Stefania, It resulted in a happily ever after. Things moved at a pretty fast clip after their first date, and the adorable couple was soon living marital bliss. The couple maintains pretty low profiles, but Kevin can't help but gush about how much he loves being a dad. In fact, he owes his 4 children to being the inspiration for his jokes on Kevin Can Wait. A scroll through their Instagram page, and it's not hard to see just how much they love and adore one another. Rick Harrison and Deanna Burdett, together for 9 years, married for 7 years. They got married in 2013 in the month of July, but both of them were not new to what marriage is all about before that. I mean, both Rick Harrison and Deanna Burdett have already been married and had their families before marrying them together as one. As we have come to know Rick from the Pawn Stars TV show, not much was known about Deanna, except that she was an employee in a law office. It seems that they have been doing okay, though. Rick even listed his Las Vegas house for sale in 2019 with intentions to move to his Clark County ranch. Bruce Willis and Emma Hemming, together for 18 years, married for 16 years. Though they are not of the same generation, that does not mean Bruce Willis and Emma Hemming are not destined to be. As true to their promise, the two wedded 9 years following Bruce's last marriage's dissolution through divorce, and this time, he knew the lady was the one. The two were very much in a hurry to get married at their Turks and Caicos residence, only to learn the ceremony was not legally binding. They rushed back and had a civil ceremony a few days later. Now, that was a real litmus test for them. Adam Sandler and Jackie Sandler, together for 26 years, married for 22 years. A man's heart can be won over via his stomach, but a woman's heart via making her laugh. That's precisely what Adam Sandler did when he was wooing Jackie for the first time they met on the sets of Big Daddy, where she worked as a waitress. With the nuptial knot being tied in 2003, the couple had 2 lovely daughters. Adam is a big fan of spending quality time with their girls and is not shy about dressing up as a Disney princess to tickle their funny bones. Isn't that cute? Jackie and Adam are as settled as they can be and have perfected the art of keeping work and married life in balance. Guy Fieri and Lori Fieri, together for 33 years, married for 30 years. Television host and restaurateur Guy Fieri is very successful in his television career and likely financially set with his restaurants. He is also blessed to be able to return home to his love daily. Fieri met the love of his life, Lori, at first sight in the early 80s. The two met, became comfortable with one another, learned their likes and dislikes, and were wed in 1995. They had 2 children, and the couple resides in Santa Rosa, California. Being able to adjust, understand, and sacrifice for one another is what keeps them going. George Strait and Norma Strait, together for 54 years, married for 53 years. Norma and George Strait have experienced many adversities, but never made each other keep anything from them. When their 13-year-old daughter sadly passed away, the couple was a source of support to each other at all times. Even after 47 years of marriage, the soulmates have known each other since they were teenagers. The two have been residents of the same settlement since childhood and have come a long way from the days when they eloped in 1971. Now they're the grandparents of Harvey, the son of their only son, although we feel that they still have a lot of memories to be created. Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, together for 59 years, in a relationship for 42 years. One of Hollywood's prettiest and most legendary couples, Goldie and Kurt, teaches what a perfect relationship looks like. They met on the sets of a Disney movie when they were very young. While both had a no-rule policy of ever dating co-stars, the duo made an exception, and it worked. From their first date in 1983 to their first child 3 years later, the couple never felt the necessity of tying the knot since they had everything they needed for a blissful relationship. As per them, the secret to their long-standing affair lay in giving space to each other, becoming independent, and trust. Phil McGraw and Robin McGraw, together for 55 years, married for 49 years. Phil McGraw is a name you might not know, but Dr. Phil definitely is. The television talk show host found his ideal match in Robin Jo Jameson after his first marriage was annulled in 1973. His romance and regard for each other is the most gossiped about affair in the tabloids, just because it's lasted so long. Robin has never missed a taping of the daytime show of her husband since 2002 and contributes to production work on a regular basis. Now, with a successful career and 2 successfully settled children, the two are living life to the fullest. Talk about a happy family. Sylvester Stallone and Jennifer Flavin, together for 37 years, married for 28 years. Because of the age gap between the couple, their romance might have been scandalous to others, but it was ideal for them. Jennifer is a model whom Sylvester met when he was in a series of failed marriages and was able to rekindle his trust for love. The two dated on and off for 9 years before they exchanged vows in 1997. Sylvester is usually spotted sitting in the front row of his wife's fashion shows, and Jennifer, on the other hand, is usually spotted as his support at award shows. Admiring his girlfriend, the actor has said of her that she was intelligent, well-read, and he blindly follows her decisions. Ron Howard and Cheryl Howard, together for 55 years, married for 50 years. Behind each super hit movie, there is a brilliant director, and alongside each such man, there is a loving lady. For director Ron Howard, that is his soulmate, Cheryl, with whom he has been for more than 4 decades. They were very young when they got married in 1975, but it appears that the couple knew what they were doing despite their youth. Now they have 4 grown-up children, including superstar actress Bryce Dallas Howard of The Help fame. Ron advises that you require some fantastic luck, patience, and sync to be happy with your loved one for a lifetime. We could not agree more. Meryl Streep and Don Gummer, together for 45 years, married for 45 years. Meryl Streep met Don Gummer during the time of mourning her then-husband's death, and he was present in times when she needed him the most. The two of them then fell in love and got married. They now have a lovely daughter, Grace, who took after her talented mother and is playing the role of a disappointed FBI agent in Mr. Robot. The actress lovingly gave a shout-out to Don in her acceptance speech when she won the Best Actress award at the 2012 Academy Awards. Meryl thanked her better half and said that he had given her everything that she values in life. Sam Elliott and Catherine Ross, together for 47 years, married for 41 years. Hollywood is notorious for its revolving door relationships, but Sam and Catherine are among the lucky few who have managed to break the divorce curse. They have been married for 34 years, and their love story is a testament to perseverance. They met while they were shooting their film, The Legacy, in London, and one thing led to another, and before they knew it, the couple exchanged vows in 1984. Sharing the secrets of a successful marriage, Sam revealed that keeping a relationship going requires effort, but it is worth the trouble, and whatever the subject of the fight may be, it is better to face it. Harrison Ford and Callista Flockhart, together for 23 years, married for 15 years. Harrison Ford was 60 when he met Callista Flockhart in 2002. The man was so taken with her looks and grace that he spilled wine on her gorgeous dress. That accident started a courtship that would lead to a forever marriage. Life has a way, don't you think? The two started dating and had been going steady for nearly 7 years when Harrison proposed on Valentine's Day. She said yes. It was his 3rd wedding, but her first walk down the aisle. This age-defying romance is one for the books for certain. Tom Selleck and Jilly Mack, together for 42 years, married for 38 years. Tom first saw his future wife in the musical Cats and couldn't tear his eyes away from it as he was infatuated with Jilly. He invited her out, and before long, the romance started to bloom. The couple shared a whirlwind romance of sorts as Jilly relocated to Hawaii to stay close to the actor. Suddenly, they were strolling on red carpets and finding their way into tabloids. The couple eloped in 1987 and got married in secret. Tom toned down his career, purchased a 65-acre ranch to stay close to his wife and daughter, and is now living far away from blinding cameras. Danny DeVito and Rhea Perlman, together for 47 years, married for 40 years. It seems that Rhea Perlman always knew Danny DeVito of Batman Returns would be hers forever. She moved in with him just 2 weeks after they first met. But the pair did not hurry to be man and wife, but took time to find out about each other and to get to know each other. Rhea and Danny wed 10 years later and have been together for more than 3 decades, but decided to live apart after a while, but did not divorce each other. They even still consider each other best friends. If you think that they're still in love, we don't blame you. We think so too. Lester Holt and Carol Hagan, together for 43 years, married for 43 years. Lester Holt is one of the most renowned American journalists and a primary news anchor for NBC News since 2000. He has hosted a number of shows, such as NBC Nightly News, which he was the host of from 2007 until 2015, and Dateline NBC, which he has been hosting since 2011. He also co-hosted Weekend Today from 2003 to 2015. In 1982, Lester married Carol Hagan, a flight attendant who he met at the time. Today, they live a happy life in Manhattan with their 2 sons, Stephen Holt and Cameron Holt. As Lester puts it, the secret to their strong marriage is their ability to laugh together. Savannah Guthrie and Michael Feldman, together for 16 years, married for 11 years. Savannah Guthrie has had a long career in the journalism field, beginning in Missouri and taking her to Arizona and the nation's capital. In 2011, Guthrie was welcomed to the cast of Today, where she has been ever since. She married her husband, Michael Feldman, in 2014, and the couple now have 2 children. The pair first met at Feldman's birthday celebration 6 years prior. Pat Sajak and Leslie Brown, together for 36 years, married for 36 years. The good-humored host of Wheel of Fortune is married to Leslie, a photographer, for more than 30 years. The pair met in California in 1988, but they didn't feel any connection. Over the years, the couple stayed in touch, and those friendly chats quickly turned into romantic ones. Since their marriage in 1989, Leslie has stuck with Pat through his health problems and the ups and downs of his career. The dynamic couple is truly an ideal example of sustaining a marriage and keeping the love flowing. Don Lemon and Tim Malone, together for 9 years, married in 2024. Tim is a real estate agent based in New York, and Don is a news anchor working for CNN. They started dating in 2016, and 3 years later, they announced their engagement. By that time, they had already adopted 2 dogs and listed their house in Harlem on the market. Don has been working for CNN for over a decade now. He is currently hosting CNN Tonight, while also participating as a correspondent on CNN Newsroom quite frequently. In 2020, the $10 million worth journalist also found time to participate in Visible, Out on Television. Don Lemon was fired from CNN in 2023. Samuel L. Jackson and LaTanya Richardson, together for 50 years, married for 39 years. One of the most celebrated faces in Hollywood, Samuel L. Jackson's fame keeps on soaring, and so does his commitment and effort to improve. But the toil doesn't just remain limited to his profession. The man works hard to keep things hunky-dory with his wife, LaTanya Richardson. Samuel and LaTanya first met half a century ago while they were studying in college and immediately decided to make her his wife. Now married for more than 4 decades, the couple still have eyes only for one another and are willing to face any problem together. Lisa Kudrow and Michael Stern, together for 27 years, married for 23 years. Remember NBC's hit sitcom Friends, Phoebe Buffay, who always left us laughing every time we saw her on TV? That is Lisa Kudrow. She met a French advertisement manager named Michael Stern, whom she knew way back in the 80s, but they dated only 6 years later before getting married. Although Phoebe and Michael are married for years now, they had their own fair share of highs and lows, but everything changed for the good when their son was born in the mid-90s and gave the couple a new reason to continue the relationship. Jodie Foster and Alexandra Hedison, together for 11 years, married for 4 years. Actress Jodie Foster and award-winning photographer Alexandra Hedison prefer to keep their romance private. However, their strong connection is evident at every award show or public outing the two share together. The manner in which the couple possesses hands in hands is enough to make every heart long for such a union. Alexandra and Jodie got married in 2014 after dating each other for about a year. It seems to be love at first sight. Both women have many professional achievements, but never at the expense of spending some quality time with each other. The couple's secret to a peaceful married life is respect and excellent communication. Julia Roberts and Daniel Moder, together for 23 years, married for 19 years. 16 years of Julia Roberts' marriage to the cinematographer Danny Moder have been private in all respects. Some media outlets, however, somehow started spreading news in December 2018 that the couple was divorcing. Very evidently a rumor, because the couple is still together and happy. Julia confessed in an interview that the rumors regarding their relationship still hurt her. She's glad about the joy that Danny has infused into her life, so news on such a personal front shouldn't be shared just for the sake of views because they can cause problems. Caitlyn Jenner and Sophia Hutchins, together for 5 years. The gold medalist TV reality show sensation Caitlyn Jenner, the most recognized trans woman in the world, is definitely a household name. When Caitlyn became friends with Sophia Hutchins in 2015, the two of them hit it off immediately. Within no time, there were rumors of romance in full swing as they were seen together every time. Though there were rumors of romance that flared and died over the years, it was only earlier this year in 2020 that Sophia silenced the rumors. Sophia silenced rumors of romance, stating that what they have is a business relationship that becomes parental at times. The two trans women are still sharing Caitlyn's Malibu house, though Sophia had a thought of moving out just recently. Robert Duvall and Luciana Pedraza, together for 26 years, married for 21 years. Success led Robert Duvall after he was the lead actor in the largest movie highlight of his life, The Godfather. Subsequently, he became a huge star and acted in a range of different movies, yet when it comes to his love life, there's another story to be heard. The man failed at 3 marriages prior to encountering Luciana Pedraza, who proved to be the ideal peer to marry, despite being nearly 40 years younger. This glaring contrast evidently doesn't raise any issues, as the two have been together for more than 2 decades now. Whoever had claimed that age is just a number was indeed right. Jeff Bridges and Susan Geston Bridges, together for 51 years, married for 46 years. Being born into an acting family, Jeff Bridges naturally portrayed every role since he has this talent in his blood. When he received an Oscar for such talent in 2009, the actor said that he dedicated the award to his longtime love, Susan. The relationship was begun on a positive note as they met while working on a film in Montana. The couple then dated and finally married within the same week of 1977 when Jeff asked Susan to marry him. While an acting career brought the man numerous awards, this marriage gifted 3 daughters to him, and that has no comparison. Bruce Springsteen and Patti Scialfa, together for 40 years, married for 26 years. The power couple first locked eyes with each other during the 80s, when Patti was a backup singer for Bruce's band. He was also in the middle of divorce negotiations at the time, and once it was finalized in 1988, the couple made their relationship public and wed 3 years later. Even 2 decades later, the couple is still smitten by each other and has 3 gorgeous children. Patti has remained loyal to the rock star through thick and thin, and it seems that their love is still going strong. The couple's friends say they were meant to be, and they most definitely show it. Toby Keith and Trisha Lucas, together for 39 years, married for 36 years. Love has no age limits, and sometimes it arrives early in your life, like it did for Toby Keith. He met his soulmate, Trisha Lucas, when he was only 20 and she was 19 years old. The two met at a club in 1981 and felt they were meant to spend the rest of their lives together. Toby and Trisha tied the knot 3 years later, and the couple never looked back. Their love only intensified with the passage of time, and the couple had 3 kids. They are better than ever and are living proof of the truth that relationships flourish with commitment. Tina Turner and Erwin Bach, together for 38 years, married for 22 years. Tina had been dating Erwin since the 80s before the two of them finally got married in 2003. She was touring after releasing her album Private Dancer, and Erwin was a music executive in Germany when the two of them met for the first time. The two were first friends before they started dating a year later. Others would claim that it was a long courtship, but in Hollywood, the truth is never what it appears to be, and you should never be too careful when so much is at stake. I guess their caution did pay off because the two of them have been together for more than 30 years now. Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne, together for 46 years, married for 39 years. If there was one marriage that stood the test of time and came out on top after roller coaster years, it is that of Ozzy and Sharon. Their 37-year and counting journey is one of love, the rise and fall of life, and triumphing over all the odds. The couple were married in the summer of 1982 and have 3 lovely children. The couple had a falling out, but soon came to their senses that there was no one else to spend the rest of their life with and reunited. Regrettably, Ozzy passed away this year. Catherine Bell and Brooke Daniels, together for 8 years, married for 8 years. Catherine also married Adam Beeson, and the two have 2 children between them. It never worked out, and they divorced in 2011, the year she also met Brooke. They get along immediately because they had lots in common. Both had been divorced from previous marriages, had kids, and were both Scientologists. The two have been living together ever since and are supposedly camera shy. Brooke is a phenomenally good photographer and has even won a Lifetime Achievement Award for her stunning work. In the meantime, Catherine stays busy with the TV show Good Witch, where she co-produces and has a starring role. Norah O'Donnell and Jeff Tracy, together for 26 years, married for 18 years. Norah O'Donnell and Jeff Tracy have vindicated the saying that slow and steady wins the race, especially when it comes to their relationship. They dated for 10 years before they got married in 2001 and have been in a relationship for more than 2 decades so far. Both, in spite of being of different professions, the TV anchor and chef have achieved a lot, including a number of Emmy Awards and expanding their restaurant business while raising their 3 children. They first met at Georgetown and discovered that they had so much in common on the values and interests side. Their life journey has allowed them to overcome a great deal of obstacles, including a health issue that brought them closer to each other. Sting and Trudy Styler, together for 44 years, married for 38 years. Sting was always a firm believer in having friendship first before diving into a long relationship. When he and Trudy Styler started dating in 1982, the wedding bells did not ring at least for 10 years. Presently, the singer has millions of fans singing his hit tunes, but the one thing that he treasures most in his heart is his marriage. The adorable couple shared some advice for a lifetime union: go on vacations, maintain the fire of romance burning, give space to each other, do not take life seriously, and most importantly, always be supportive of your partner. Oprah Winfrey and Stedman Graham, together for 39 years. Oprah Winfrey didn't have a simple childhood before she was in Hollywood and famous for doing good deeds. She found her eternal love in Stedman Graham after she started dating him in 1986, although they didn't make the public declaration of their relationship until almost 5 years later. Sadly, we won't get to see the two getting married and walking down the aisle because Winfrey doesn't believe that marriage is the ideal next step for the couple. Graham's ideal husband and wife are too old-fashioned for the talk show host, and she would never have been able to fit it into the bill. As long as the couple is happy keeping things in this way, we're happy. Bono and Allison Hewson, together for 42 years, married for 37 years. Well known for being the lead singer of the popular band U2 and for his charity work as a philanthropist, Bono met his wife of 36 years as teenagers when they were young in Ireland. Ever since they married in 1982, the couple has lived together and had 4 beautiful children to bless their marriage. Allison is also a social activist and supports her husband in all his work, social and other activities. The couple shared with everyone that the key to their long-lasting marriage is to attend red carpet events together, and they refer to it as a magic carpet ride. Elton John and David Furnish, together for 27 years, married for 16 years. Elton and David's romance is one for the books. The couple married after being together for 12 years in 2014, the same year gay marriage was legalized in Britain. Elton has spoken about his appreciation for David's support and that his boyfriend is not intimidated by his fame. David is a director, a BAFTA Award nominee, a well-known producer, and a member of the Elton John AIDS Foundation Board of Directors. As you can tell, he is his own man, and Elton approves. Now the lovely couple is settling into fatherhood after the birth of their 2 sons through surrogacy. William Shatner and Elizabeth Anderson Martin, together for 23 years, married for 19 years. William is a veteran actor and widely recognized among fans as Captain Kirk in Star Trek series. His wife, Elizabeth, is a professional horse trainer and reportedly an animal lover. Singing high praise about his wife, Shatner said she was the best companion anyone could have had, as she is patient, understanding, and ardent. The two got married in 2001, and Elizabeth even went to the extent of writing songs about her lover. David McCallum and Catherine Carpenter, together for 58 years, married for 55 years. The NCIS star was devastated after getting separated from his first wife. It was a period when he met Catherine. Both of them got together in the 60s when she retaught him how to love and transformed him into a new man. There were sparks flying, and the next thing they did was exchange their vows in a romantic ceremony. The couple is now devoted to each other even after being together for more than half a century. Discussing his relationship in public, David commented that every day is Christmas, and nothing is important whatever disturbances life brings, as long as he has his partner by his side. Unfortunately, David McCallum passed away in 2023 at the age of 90. Spike Lee and Tanya Lewis Lee, together for 29 years, married for 24 years. The Academy Award-winning film director, Spike Lee, usually stays behind the camera and is a pro at what he does. It is not easy to match someone so gifted as him, but there is one person who almost equaled his professional line, and that is his wife, Tanya. She is a campaigner, businesswoman, and successful producer. Their love started when they first met in 1992, and before long, within a 1-year time frame, they got married. The pair likes to work together when they get a chance, and the viewers enjoyed seeing them in the blockbuster film She's Gotta Have It. Michael Caine and Shakira Caine, together for 52 years, married for 46 years. Michael and Shakira's is a true fairy tale and love at first sight. The actor was having a bad time in his personal and professional life when he first met his wife-to-be and fell in love at once. Michael met Shakira, and the pair had a date, and the rest, they say, is history. The pair married in 1973 and now have a lovely daughter. He may have appeared in more than 130 movies in his career, but whatever thrilling his life was on film sets, he couldn't wait to return home to his wife. Chuck Norris and Gina O'Kelly, together for 28 years, married for 22 years. There is a possible 23-year age gap between the two, but that didn't deter the couple from falling head over heels in love. Chuck had gone on a date with a different woman when he met Gina, based on the account. The two knew they were meant to be and married in 1998. The world saw how devoted Chuck was to his wife in 2013. When he was diagnosed with 2 terrifying health complications, the Walker Texas Ranger star shelved his career to take care of her and bring her back to life. Gina eventually recovered, and Chuck never let her go. Amy Brenneman and Brad Silberling, together for 27 years, married for 25 years. Bradley Silberling is extremely well known for his innovative direction of feature films such as Lands of the Lost, City of Angels, and Casper. Amy Brenneman is also a Golden Globe and Primetime Emmy-nominated actress like her husband. Brad was experiencing the sorrowful loss of his girlfriend when he met Amy on the sets of NYPD Blue. In 1995, the couple married in a low-key affair and now has 2 kids, Charlotte and Bodie. The couple now lives in Massachusetts and is hardly ever spotted in the media to maintain their family life in private. Kunal Nair and Neha Kapoor, together for 13 years, married for 12 years. In 2007, Kunal Nair received the role that would be the entire basis of his career, the role of Raj in the Big Bang Theory series. Less than a year prior to when he was casted, his then-fiancée Neha Kapoor won the Femina Miss India pageant. They started dating in 2008. 2 years later, they were married. They reside together to this day in a beautiful Spanish-style villa in Los Angeles constructed in the late 40s. They even own a dog. Since 2016, Kunal's also been the voice of Guy Diamond in Trolls. The Big Bang Theory concluded in 2019, and he's since been in the film titled Think Like a Dog. Cardi B and Offset, together for 6 years, married for 3 years. The same year that they began dating publicly, Cardi B and Offset also married. They secretly wedded in 2017 in Cardi's bedroom. Less than 1 year later, they had their first child, a girl. Although they had a tumultuous year and broke up, they eventually got back together. Cardi and Offset have now been in an on-again, off-again relationship for at least 3 years. Cardi B first appeared in the Hustlers film in 2019. Now she is going to appear in the new film called F9. Meanwhile, Offset guest starred in an NCIS Los Angeles episode in 2020. Alan Jackson and Denise Jackson, together for 45 years, married for 41 years. Sweethearts in high school to celebrity power couple. That's the story of country singer Alan Jackson and his wife Denise Jackson. The two got married in 1979, even before Alan started his musical career. In fact, it was because of Denise's flight attendant career that he got his first major break. Although the two parted ways temporarily for personal reasons, they reunited stronger than ever. Denise gives credit to therapy and a solid Christian upbringing for their long-standing story. In fact, she believes that the lowest moments have made them love each other more, for better or for worse, indeed. Eric Braeden and Dale Russell, together for 57 years, married for 54 years. In an era where relationships are as short-lived as the wind, it's always a pleasant thing to be able to spot a couple who have lasted since the 60s. We're referring to veteran actor Eric Braeden and his wife Dale Russell, of course. Eric's on-screen persona on The Young and the Restless was far from perfect, but in real life, he is the perfect husband and family man. As he himself confesses, life has been far from a walk in the park, but he thanks the heavens for the fortitude and support Dale has always provided him. If that is not love, we don't know what is. Steve Janowitz and Joy Behar, together for 39 years, married for 14 years. If there were an award for the longest Hollywood courtship, Jo Behar and her husband Steve would be the clear winners. The two had met in 1981, but married only in 2011. When asked why they had taken so long to marry, The View host, who is known for her wit, said that she could no longer wait for Wolf Blitzer to propose to her. The couple insist on giving each other space and plenty of freedom. As per Joy, there remains loads of fun and laughter, two things that go a long way in a marriage. Willie Nelson and Annie D'Angelo, together for 36 years, married for 29 years. The path to true love isn't always easy, however. For country music icon Willie Nelson, it was 3 wives before he met his true love, Annie D'Angelo. Willie and Annie first crossed paths when the woman was a makeup artist on the Stagecoach sets, and Willie was instantly smitten. When asked why there was magic in their enduring relationship, Willie credited it all to his wife. Even when they have experienced their share of ups and downs, Annie seems to have magic when it comes to keeping them together. Looks like the 4th time's the charm for Willie. Joel Osteen and Victoria Osteen, together for 37 years, married for 33 years. With over 1 million listeners tuning in to his sermons, Joel Osteen is arguably the most popular televangelist of our generation. The lesser-known fact about him is that his wife Victoria is also a pastor. But the two, however, did not meet as pastors. They were just 2 young adults window shopping in a jewelry store. Even post-marriage, the two have been managing time for each other, their ministry work, and children. In fact, their lives are so intertwined that, like Joel, Victoria, too, is an inspirational author. Jim Bakker and Lori Bakker, together for 36 years, married for 22 years. They say that matches are made in heaven, and that seems to be the case with Jim Bakker and Lori Bakker. Both of them, after searching for love in the wrong direction, finally met each other in 1998 and began dating. It all happened very fast, and the couple married within 50 days of first meeting in front of some close friends and family members. Jim and Lori have positively influenced each other all these years. The couple has become the industry power couple simply because it is heartening the way both of them have made each other forget the past experiences of bad relationships. Jason Statham and Rosie Huntington, together for 15 years. Nothing is quite so good as a little bit of good old-fashioned British charm, and when fashion model Rosie Huntington first set her eyes on Jason Statham, she was struck dumb. The two met at a party in 2010, fell in love, and have been together ever since. Despite the 20-year age difference between Jason and Rosie, they have been able to put up with the thick and the thin. Although the couple has been together for so long, they have yet to exchange their vows, but both seem happy and contented. Jason and Rosie have one child and have proved that age is just a number because, in the end, love conquers all. Leighton Meester and Adam Brody, together for 11 years, married for 7 years. We all love a celebrity real-life crossover couple, don't we? Leighton Meester from Gossip Girl and Adam Brody from The OC started dating only in 2013, but had met 2 years earlier. Known for keeping the relationship under wraps, Meester and Brody broke the news to the world in a series of interviews. Having lived a very secret affair, Meester and Brody married and moved in together. It was only in 2017 that we heard about their baby and family life. The couple might have reached new heights, but the world will always know them as Blair Waldorf and Seth Cohen. Andrew Lincoln and Gail Anderson, together for 16 years, married for 14 years. All romance at first, but later put to the test once two individuals begin sharing the same roof. But not the case for Andrew Lincoln and Gail Anderson, whose romance has withstood the test of time. The couple has been together for 14 years, and their romance began when they first met on the sets of American sitcom Teachers. On several occasions, Andrew has indicated that he fell in love with Gail the first time he saw her, and knew instantly that she's his life partner. The star couple now resides in London with two gorgeous kids, Matilda and Arthur. Erin Burnett and David Rubalata, together for 21 years, married for 17 years. Erin Burnett finally bid adieu to her single-girl existence in 2012 when she wedded David Rubalata, who is a managing director at Citigroup. CNN's anchor was swept off to a Caribbean island where her 8-year beau asked her for her hand in marriage. She agreed without hesitation, and the wedding was planned over Christmas at the New York City City Hall. Erin and David had been living their very own crazy and busy existence ever since they tied the knot. Furthermore, the power couple now has 3 little ones dashing about their Upper West Central Park pad. Alanis Morissette and Mario Treadway, together for 14 years, married for 10 years. Canadian singer Alanis Morissette stunned the online world when she announced the arrival of her 3rd baby with her husband and rapper Mario Treadway. The news was, without a doubt, a proof of the couple's pure love and their strong relationship. Although Alanis married Mario in 2010 with a lot of fanfare and both of them have enjoyed successful professional careers, the life of the couple was not that simple. Miscarriage, false pregnancies, postpartum depression, and plenty more in between tried the marriage, but the couple never lost hope in each other. Hugh Dancy and Claire Danes, together for 15 years, married for 13 years. Like all the other Hollywood couples, Hugh Dancy and Claire Danes are in debt to their director for casting them as co-stars in the same film. Fate, it appears, played its hand in bringing them together during the shoot of the romance film, Evening. How lovely is that? It appears that Boggle and Scramble, the board games, were the ones who originally brought them together. One thing led to another, and 2 years later, they were exchanging rings on each other's fingers in their wedding ceremony in France. It has been 13 years now, but they still laugh and steal kisses from one another like a newlywed couple. Lou Dobbs and Debi Lee Segura, together for 42 years, married for 38 years. Whether you agree with what he has to say or not, you just can't help but see him. That's how popular Lou Dobbs is. After the death of his first wife in 1981, the TV commentator met Debi Lee Segura, host of a sports program at CNN, and they married a year later. Because of the nature of Dobbs's work, the two have often been in the firing line of the wrath of critics in the form of threats and abuse. All that aside, Segura was a loyal wife to her husband for almost 4 decades. Now that's love. George Takei and Brad Altman, together for 39 years, married for 33 years. When Star Trek actor George Takei challenged Brad Altman to work out together for a marathon, he never thought that this would be the beginning of a long-term relationship. Takei and Altman first met at a Los Angeles club, and as soon as they met, they had become close friends. What began as a distance marathon workout became a beautiful relationship. The two have been together for more than 3 decades, although they came out in public life as a gay couple in 2005 and sanctified their marriage 3 years later. Relationships are not easy, but Decay and Altman have shown that anything is possible if they stick together. Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber, together for 39 years, married for 32 years. Mark Harmon and his sweetheart, Pam Dawber, did something that is both rare and amazing in Hollywood. They survived the test of time for more than 3 long years, and their marriage also appears to be rock solid even today. Due to a common friend who arranged a meeting between Harmon and Dawber, they started talking, and before long, a relationship started brewing between the two. By 1987, they made it official with a low-key ceremony where both made their vows and very clearly stood by it. The only drawback to all this was that Dawber had to leave her career behind to take care of the children. But at least, they are one happy family. Erin Andrews and Jarrett Stahl, together for 9 years, married for 8 years. Ex-NHL player Jarrett Stahl went the extra mile to start dating popular reporter Erin Andrews. After having a buddy request her out for him without success, he took matters into his own hands and invited her out himself. They started dating in 2012, and in 2017, they tied the knot. The two had already been tested and tried before marriage. In 2015, Stahl was arrested for drug possession, and in 2016, Andrews was diagnosed with cervical cancer. The two braved the storms, and in 2020, Stahl became a player development coach with his ex-team, the Los Angeles Kings. Andrews, on the other hand, remains an elite-class reporter. Bryan Cranston and Robin Dearden, together for 36 years, married for 31 years. Maintaining 31 years of relationship is an accomplishment for anyone, even for Bryan Cranston and Robin Dearden. They were otherwise just co-workers, at least until the time they worked together in the Airwolf series. Since the time the television series ended, Bryan and Robin started dating and eventually got married in 1989. Despite there being storms all the time in the house, this pair decided to keep the marriage as strong as possible, primarily for the benefit of their one and only daughter, Taylor Dearden, who pursued acting as a profession after her parents' footsteps. Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw, together for 36 years, married for 29 years. While Steven Spielberg may be well known to be a master of action and adventure film directing, his life offstage is very romantic. He has no qualms showing his affection for his wife, Kate Capshaw, in public. The old but gold couple has been seen a few times showing their eternal love. Spielberg and Kate are likely destined to be, as their meeting is a pure coincidence. Their first meeting was at the location of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, where the romance started. By the time the shooting was completed, they had already started dating, and later in 1991 were married. Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen, together for 33 years, married for 25 years. Ted Danson and Mary Steenburgen are among the quite rare couples in Hollywood who survived the marriage for a long time, around 25 years. This duo is consistently giving romantic acts to each other as paparazzi often spot them going out to run some errands and at the same time holding hands or sharing a big hug. Ted's affection toward his wife was also seen during one of his interviews in The Ellen DeGeneres Show. This star mentioned that Mary was the perfect portrayal of a meemaw, mainly due to her passion for taking care of her grandchildren. David Beckham and Victoria Beckham, together for 26 years, married for 21 years. There is no person who does not recognize David and Victoria Beckham. This couple has been able to raise the flag in fashion for years, earning millions of revenue in sales of clothes and perfumes. But aside from the lucrative businesses, their love life is also fascinating, as this wife and husband have been wedded for 20 years. Though there were problematic events that hit their family with full force, their marriage was still intact. Victoria later on disclosed the secret of their solid marriage, stating that communication among people is the secret. She stated that in their free time, they always take time to communicate, whether it is just joking or intimate conversations. Alex Trebek and Jean Caravan, together for 31 years, married for 29 years. Alex was an entertainer, and Jean was a sound healer and religious science practitioner. Even though their professions are poles apart, they made for a perfect pair. The beloved Jeopardy host was battling cancer and had been outspoken on how much his wife's support and love had helped in healing. The attractive duo met at a party in 1988 and connected instantly, despite having a 24-year age difference. They got married 2 years later and have 2 kids. Trebek only had one regret in his relationship, not meeting the love of his life sooner. Regrettably, Alex Trebek died in 2020. Dustin Hoffman and Lisa Hoffman, together for 46 years, married for 40 years. It's easy speculation that celebrities in Hollywood cannot commit to marriage for long, yet Dustin and Lisa Hoffman proved it wrong. This power couple has been together for 4 decades, and until today, there is no sign of breaking apart at all. This fact will probably shock you. Dustin and Lisa have known each other for so long, as his mom is her grandma's bestie. Their first meeting happened when Lisa was still a mere child, about 10 years old. Well, nobody would have expected that they would actually reunite and tie the knot 12 years later. A unique love story indeed. Gerald McRaney and Delta Burke, together for 34 years, married for 31 years. Over 3 decades ago, the show Simon and Simon brought many things like fame to Gerald McRaney, though the best part that came from it was meeting his wife, Delta Burke. At first, the star's friends were against his marriage with the actress because weddings between Hollywood celebrities don't last long. Even so, the couple has served as an exception for the world. Most of the details from the duo's life are kept private. We do know that they don't have any children, yet share a really strong bond that's so visible at award shows and other public appearances.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon